Shop Amazon for last minute gifts. Great deals for everyone on your list. Gifts for mom and gifts for dad. Even for your sister and your brother Chad. Ah shoot, we didn't realize we were supposed to get a gift for our dog walker guy. We almost forgot about our dentist Dr. Kerr. We didn't expect to get a gift from her. Or our cousin, I forget his name. He got us something nice, better reciprocate. For last minute deals on gifts for people you forgot. Get fast and free shipping at Amazon.
At State Farm, we're committed to uplifting Black futures. In collaboration with organizations like 100 Black Men and National Urban League, State Farm provides high school students with the opportunity to learn and apply best practice strategies for saving and investing, all while offering academic support, life skills, and exposure to college access programs to prepare these students for life after high school. Check out 100blackmen.org and nul.org to donate and learn more. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to Positive. Do it with your own hands. Who told you no? No. I don't need help. I never did. Cause a problem? Solve it. Welcome to Positive.
Hi everyone, you're tuning into Carefree Black Girl Podcast. This is our first episode. New year, new us. We're coming in this thing like. Just to tell you a little bit about Carefree Black Girl and the movement. It's a movement started to uplift women of color and basically get rid of the stereotype of the traditional or the ghetto black girl. It's to show the multidimensional black girl. We're here to promote women empowerment, entrepreneurship, and the arts. Our motto is, our beginning is not our end. And the mission is to motivate women to overcome daily obstacles through self-care, entrepreneurship, and service. So I'm the creator. We're an indie creative network, and Wize is the president of the network. And with us, we have the ladies of Carefree Black Girl Podcast. If y'all want to start, introduce yourselves. Yeah, who wants to go first?
My name is I.S. Jones, the Vice President of Business Relations with the Indie Creative Network, poet, freelance journalist, professional hip-hop head, etc., etc.
Hi guys, I'm Ivy on all social networks, Ivy like blue. I'm the founder of the Modern Classic Daily blog, which is also promoting women empowerment, and I'm a host of the Ivy show on FRP TV. I would describe myself as, Hennessy in a teacup, because I have a sweet persona, which I'm very sweet, but like Hennessy, everybody can't deal with me, so.
Okay, hey y'all. My name is Breanna Danielle. I'm the blogger at whereshebegins.com. Again, I like to identify myself as a multidimensional carefree black girl. Not only am I a student pursuing my graduate degrees, hopefully soon. I also have a lifestyle brand that focuses on counseling, mental health, and everything wellness.
I'm Daaj. I'm a wardrobe stylist. I live in Brooklyn. I'm from upstate New York. I am founder of Loft Life NYC. It's an online portfolio right now for my work as a stylist, all created by myself. I'm here for Carefree Black Girl because Quanna knows I'm the girl next door, but I got a whole lot of flavor. And I'm just here to speak my mind, share my thoughts.
I really like that. Girl next door with a whole lot of flavor.
Yeah.
Yes, so you guys are tuning in. So this is month number 1, and we are going in all year long. Carefree Black Girl Podcast.
This is DJ Nolita, and I am a carefree black girl.
Okay, so, we just gonna get right into it. I know what Carefree Black Girl means to me. Mm-hmm. And, I think the movement, you might see it on social media, hashtag Carefree Black Girl, Twitter, Instagram. And, it's different looks. You have the girls with the flower in their hair. You have the girls who just want to be naked. And then you have some people who don't identify with Carefree Black Girl at all. And to those people, actually, I want to say to you, Carefree Black Girl is not saying that we don't have a care in the world. It's just saying that what's happening to me is not going to define me. So when you have an issue at home, that doesn't mean that you're going to take that into the workplace. So that's what Carefree Black Girl is. We're here to talk about solutions. Carefree Black Girl is the future. And for me, Carefree Black Girl is the multidimensional woman, the girl who's just like, I might rock cornrows, I might rock me a weave, I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk my ebonics, but when I get on this business call, I am talking proper. That's Carefree Black Girl for me. And yeah, what does it mean to you, Is?
Carefree Black Girl. I think I'm definitely on the same tip about how in the face of adversity, I still find a way to find joy. But then also for me, at least personally, it means despite everything whatever is going on in my life personally, I still find a way to be successful, whatever success looks like to me. Like with all the personal stuff going on in my life right now, I'm still finding a way to make money. I'm still finding a way to forge a career for myself and build a life that I want for myself, and finding happiness, whatever that looks like, depending on the week.
I agree. I feel like Carefree Black Girl really does necessarily mean that we have a care, but I also feel like I'm awful at pronouncing words.
Girl,
whatever.
me too.
So,
Me too.
like, I just feel like I'm unapologetic. Can somebody say the word?
Unapologetic.
Yes,
Black.
I'm black and I don't deny it. And it's just like,
Very black.
I hate when people be like, "What do you mix with?" It doesn't matter. I'm black. That's all things lead back to black. So that's what I am.
Right. And everybody here is like very colorful.
It's like,
Yeah.
So when I hear Carefree Black Girl, it's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm black and I'm the shit because black girls are the shit. Like,
Black
that's
girls
really
rock.
that's really the vibe I get.
For me, Carefree Black Girl, it means a lot. I think it means finding yourself. I think it means acknowledging the fact that you do have things to care about.
Yeah.
You do have issues. Personally, for me, that's when I latched on to the hashtag. Was with my experience through counseling. I feel like you really have to be broken down to build yourself up, and I know that
most
sounds
definitely.
that sounds
I totally agree.
defeating, but it's really beautiful. So for me, it's Carefree Black Girl is that journey. It's that process of really stripping yourself bare and then finding yourself and being magical and being carefree. And
Yes, I love that. I feel like what everybody has said is a little bit of what I'm going to say. Carefree Black Girl to me is being unapologetically, yes, myself, but staying sharp. Being totally comfortable with myself, being a black girl in these rooms full of white people, but definitely making my presence as a black woman and being happy with that. I love what Bree said about stripping yourself and finding yourself, because I totally want to promote and get across to women to put on for themselves and not other people. Be you in this world of, everybody trying to be alike, dress alike, do the same things, have the same dreams, the same goals. Do you. That's Carefree Black Girl. Be a strong black woman. Whatever you wanted to do in second grade, have that same dream, have that same goal.
That's funny that you said that. Like because like as an artist, I'll tell a little bit about me. Sorry, guys, I forgot. So I'm an artist. I'm a rapper. I moved to New York in 2011. At that time, I started using the term to describe myself as an artist. The Carefree Black Girl, because I didn't really fit in with bad bitch, and I wasn't very, very Afrocentric to be like the third eyes. And I feel like I was right in the middle. So I had to like figure out my own thing. And since then, the hashtag has blown up. And I find myself always thinking like, what if you could be anything, what would you want to be, and how would you want your voice to sound? And I was like, you know what, I want to talk to 8-year-old me, like when I was like in 8 years old, writing poems, in my mirror, twerking, dancing, making the music. I want to be what she's looking for, you know what I mean? And that's a great thing that you said, Daaj. I really agree, because it's always about that doing you know what I mean, the one that you, before you were conditioned, before you learned how to be the person that you realized years ago that you weren't, be that little girl, you know what I mean, person who had that rawness.
But even when conditioning, I mean, like, I really do appreciate like my mom, because she was so like you know, like she was like that person, like turn it off. But at home or like she used to just let me do whatever. Like she used to let me sing to the top of like I thought I was gonna be a singer, like real life. And she never told me like you're not gonna be a singer. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna be a singer. I'm gonna be a dancer. I have no rhythm, so thanks, Mom, for believing in me.
I'm reading this book called The Four Agreements. My bad for cutting you off. Like, because you were saying your mom never told you not to.
Yeah.
And that's basically the Four Agreements. It talks about how, like, when you tell a child that they can't be something, it kind of kills their dreams. Because, like, in their head, they have that, like, idea of what they can't be. And I think that's...
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Tone. One half of the best black movie review podcast in the world. Craig. This episode of the Blackbusters podcast is brought to you by Amazon Prime. Prime is more than just free shipping. Prime brings you closer to the things you care about today through shopping, streaming, and savings. For example, did you know that you can listen to your favorite podcasts, like ours, through Amazon Music? Yup. You can also watch your favorite movies, like the ones we review on Blackbusters on Amazon Prime Video. Yup. But it doesn't stop there. You can use Prime to get more out of your interests. From purchasing behind-the-scenes books about your favorite movies to listening to soundtracks of your favorite films. Yup, and yup. Whatever you're into or just getting into, Prime can help you get closer to it. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to sign up. From movies and music to passions and podcasts, it's on Prime.
What you mean by, like, breaking yourself down, because you have to break all those can'ts, and I don't want to do this and that, and it's dope because we have to be that for so many girls. So just imagine how many girls are saying who really can sing, whose moms are just like, stop singing in here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's
you
really
know
dope.
what thing I saw a while ago, and I like the CEO hoodies. Remember those? And it was like CEO, all the O's, but it stood for create every opportunity. And I've loved that because I feel like women in general, people in general, but black women, we have so many talents and so many things we can do. How we were saying, I do this /
Yeah.
and some people will tell you you need to focus on one thing.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
And you're trying to chase,
and I'm not
your
here
dreams.
for it, no.
Yes. And you get caught. I've gotten caught up in that before because I can sing. I could write something because this is what I say about me being a rapper. I talk fly. I talk fly in real life.
She talks slick.
Yeah, so
like if I female Snoop Dogg, you gonna be him because you be spitting that
me
pimp
as a rapper. But and people will tell you you need to focus on one thing or whatever. You're gonna get caught up, or I've even heard jack of all trades means
a master of none. But that is kind of true in a sense.
Yes,
that is.
It will have your mind going crazy, and you feel like,
you have the key in.
But then I've heard create every opportunity, and I'm like, you know what? Do everything, especially here in New York City. I'm like, do everything you can.
Yeah, you do. I feel like it is important to have something that you are a master at. That's what I think. So you have to have, because I will say in my experience, because when I was living in Atlanta. And before I lived in Atlanta, I always wanted to throw parties, and I always was an MC. So I've been Quanna MC before I started to rap, because I used to just jump on people's mics like, all right, let's go. Like I just get on people, and I was in Quanna MC, but I wanted to be a rapper. So in Atlanta, I threw parties. I worked for Grand Hustle, and I interned for them. I didn't work for them. And I realized, like, even though I expressed interest as being an artist and a rapper, that people didn't see me in that light. So I had to, like, focus in on one thing. And even when I came to New York and nobody would book me and I started doing my own shows, I realized, again, that people still got confused. Like, they were like, oh, is she a host or is she a rapper? Oh, you rap. I just thought you, like, throw parties and stuff like that. And I'm like, no. Like, so you really have to, like, establish what that 10,000 hours that they talk about, do that, but also have those other things that you're good at. You know what I mean? Like, I can rollerblade and I can skate backwards and forwards rollerblade, but I also know how to skateboard too. I might not be the best at it, but I know how to do that too.
Can you really skateboard? I mean,
yeah.
Not to, like, change the subject, but I went roller skating last Friday. That is, like, the hardest thing I've ever done in life. Yeah. Like, as a kid.
Your first time?
No, I mean, I haven't gone since Skate Key. You guys are not from, like, New York, but the Skate Key in the Bronx was the place to be growing up. Like, I used to, like, they used to turn into, like, a dance. It was lit.
We had Horizon and Rochester. We had
I went, like, in Long Island, and they had, like, that was the place to be. Like, there were so many guys out there in
We
bed.
gotta go, y'all.
And I went in regular.
Carefree Black girl.
I went in regular clothes. I should have went with the face beat, with the outfits, like beards everywhere. Beautiful men, beautiful. But anyways,
Beautiful beards.
I'm on skate and try to be cute, and I'm like, no, I couldn't even stay on beat. Like I was the girl that was like,
I want to go to Rockefeller. I haven't gone to Rockefeller yet, and I want to go there and go ice skating so bad. Like
ice skating is so
That's
scary to me.
Ice skating is
I used
harder.
to go. I remember going as a child, and my mom, all of my cousins, we used to have like 4 socks, 4 pants, because it was so cold, especially upstate. That's by Canada, but I want to go there so bad. Like, but skating is definitely.
Well, Bryant Park has an ice skating rink, and it's way cheaper than Rockefeller. I mean, I know Rockefeller is Rockefeller, but
So so skating would be like one of your goals for this year. Do y'all have goals for 2017?
I have a
Did
goal.
y'all
I
do
have
that?
a list.
Did y'all do
I
that?
have a whole
A
list.
whole list. Oh,
have a
do
lot.
y'all want to
I'm
share
turning
them?
25 this
whole
year.
list.
First
I have
episode,
a
new year, new us.
Yes.
So for me, I broke them down into 3 different categories. That's typically okay. I live my life in list. I'm a list
Me
person.
too.
Me too.
And a numbers
Girl,
game.
too.
Bree's
Like,
a
can't
list girl and a
function
numbers
without
girl.
lists.
If I don't have a list,
Daaj, a whole
Yeah.
bunch of
I'm a lister.
it does not get done. So with that being said, I have to break. Oh, I have my planner too. See,
Which
I'm
I'm
not
asking
getting
when
a
you get
planner.
that planner later. That's a pretty planner.
I
That
got it
is
for
cute.
Christmas because
Yes.
it's from K-Spade though. But Christmas, somebody was like, "You need this.
That's so
'cause You need to
cute.
be a list person."
I'm gonna plug Passion Planner right now. So if y'all don't know what Passion Planner is, go to whereshebegins.com, and then in the search bar you can search Passion Planner. I'm actually a brand ambassador for them. Amazing. Like with my counseling journey, like that planner, it's a reflecting journal as well as like a day-to-day planner with as a monthly schedule. So like it really encompasses like everything that I needed to focus on to kind of like get myself together. So yeah, but y'all can check that out.
I'm
But
definitely
I might.
for me, I broke things down into 3 categories. So then it's like life, then it's like academics because I still am a student, and then it's like wellness. My wellness goals, y'all, I say this every year, and I'm really gonna do it though. I really am. I'm gonna get what do they call colonics?
Yeah, colonic.
I'm gonna get a colonic.
Like make you.
It's like they stick up something in your rectum and clean out your colon.
Oh yeah, like a coat, like a
colon
color.
Yeah.
cleanse. Like a colon
I mean, I
cleanse.
think they like put numbing stuff on it. I don't know, but I really want to do that. Like
Have
I've
like
been
a strong
saying it.
enema.
Have you heard of the Yanni steam?
I'm not for those things.
Wait, hold on.
But yeah,
what's
but
that too?
That's
I'm
where
learning
your
so many things
vagina.
today.
Yeah, like the vagina
like a
steams.
steam.
I'm okay with that.
Wait, it's
I'll
steams
pass.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
My wellness one is to definitely get that because so for y'all that don't know, I don't eat meat and I also don't eat dairy.
Oh,
But I
good
still
girl.
feel like, there's a lot, like, let's get this out of the way right now. You can be vegan, you can be vegetarian, you can still eat like shit. So don't let anybody that's a vegan or a vegetarian shame you for your eating habits. That's just how I feel. But
Amen.
we have a lot of
Amen,
processed food. So I can only imagine, like, what that's doing to my body. So, like, I want to straighten that out. I mean, I also say I'm going to lose weight, but then I'm also like, I'm cute.
Wait for like 3 years.
Girl, right? So then I'm just like, okay, but am I really about to? So that's like the wellness ones.
Yeah.
And then for life,
good though.
for life, I want to move. I've outgrown my space, my environment.
To New York?
I didn't apply to any schools in New York. The West Coast is where I'm trying to go next. So I'm speaking that into there or Chicago, which I know totally different climates.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm
Chicago.
speaking into existence. One of the two. And then for academics, I want to get into a doctoral program, and I'll find out late February, March. But I speak things into existence. So, like, I'm
Yes,
going to
of
get into a
course.
doctoral program.
That's important with
Definitely.
So,
Everything.
yeah, those are my
Affirmations
3.
are like I go to this thing every week, and affirmations became a part of my daily life. Like every day I wake up and I affirm something. Like whether it's I'm gonna watch this freaking show that I recorded last week that I still like. I affirm little things.
Right.
So
My New Year goals. This year I'll be turning 25, and I'm really excited. I'm nervous because I don't want to age. Well, I do want to age, but I'm excited. For me, turning 25, and every year before, I feel like I need to be at a new level in life. Like something needs to be accomplished. Like the year before, it was moving to New York City. I moved out of my mom's house and moved to New York. The year after that, I don't remember. Maybe it was my first full year in New York, but whatever. either way, this year for New York, for 25, I mean, Loft Life, launching the website for one will be very big, and that's a goal for me, launching that and keeping that alive and branding myself as a wardrobe stylist. And putting that into the world is definitely my New Year's goal. For me right now with work, I feel like I'm overworked and underpaid, and it's a lot of money.
Speak about it.
It's a lot of money in New York City, and I just feel like I need to be a part of it, and I don't want to work hard and not smart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Very important.
I'm a very independent woman, and I'm thankful for my hustling and go-getting spirit, but I do feel like, all right, this year you need to have a more abundance of the funds.
Yeah.
And have some time for myself.
You gotta
yes,
speak
and I am speaking that into
existence.
I do every day. I have a goal,
I'm gonna invite
2 to
Audrey
3 year
one day.
goal.
She does like spiritual readings and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
she
and
was
do
at
affirmations
the
and
last
stuff
one.
like that.
I love that.
I have a 2 to 3 year goal. I don't want to work for anyone but myself. In a couple years, I came here to be a stylist, and I want to work for my celebrity clients. So that's goals that I'm working on for myself.
I'm trying to be a spiritual mommy out here. With me, the short answer is my New Year's resolution was to get out of my own way.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, because last year I kept telling myself, oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, you don't have enough experience. Listen, if Donald Trump can be president, the sky's the limit for me. I can do whatever I want at a moment's notice. So
This episode is brought to you by Undeniably Dairy. Dairy farmers are more than farmers. They're climate caretakers. They see water as a precious resource. Most farmers recycle water up to 4 times, from chilling the milk to irrigating their crops. And some even use technology to turn manure into renewable energy. To learn more about what dairy farmers are doing to make their farms more sustainable, visit usdairy.com.
short answer is I want to get out of my own way. The long answer is I have a lot of different things, like being able to work more with the Indie Creative Network. For me, was a very huge goal that I didn't necessarily look for, but it ended up happening. I want to have 100 new poems of my own published, or be published with 100 different publications. I want to finish 2 chapbooks by the end of the year. My brothers and I are in this artistic collective called the No Name Collective, and so what I want is for us to launch our first reading series and to get paid doing that, tour more with my work, and just get more into grant writing, because that's what I want. I want to be able to have funds for the arts and to raise funds for the arts, specifically women in nonprofit organizations. That's really what I want to. And to, like, you know, enjoy my 12th and 27th year of life, not have to ask for anything, not be stressed out by student loans, etc.
Amen. Stress-free and consistency. That's a big word. Very important.
And so many people throw it out there, but I mean, it really takes self-discipline and determination to apply that, and it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah,
like, be patient with yourself.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
to develop the habit of being consistent, give yourself like 3 months. Honestly, like, it's not going to happen overnight. Like, regardless of what Twitter say.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my goals for myself, was to be, I have no patience. I can have patience for everyone else. When it comes to myself, like, I'm not in school, so, and I had to learn to stop comparing, like, my life to other people, because
I do that too. It's so bad.
I'm gonna put
But you have to.
right.
another plug. I just watched this sermon.
Okay.
On YouTube. It's all about comparison.
Okay.
The pastor's name is Robert Madu. Y'all can, like, look it up on YouTube. It has like a ton of views. But honestly, I think that's a generational problem.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think that's individual, and I don't want you to feel like only you do that. Everyone does that. How can we not?
Yeah.
How can we not?
I preach actually not comparing to other people, and I love that about myself. One of the things that, like, I try to tell people, don't compare yourself to other people, and that's kind of what I spoke on earlier too, and I said just do you. Be in your own lane.
Yeah,
people
being
make
in your
shit
own lane.
look good. Like,
Facebook,
right.
the internet is a fallacy.
So it's kind of like
Everything's
a lot of
on your own
times you could be
time.
thinking that they're ahead of you, but they're really not, because you might be spiritually or mentally ahead of somebody. You know what I mean? And it's like, It's not a competition. I think that that's one thing that Black girls are stuck into. Yeah. And that might be a part of our conditioning is the competition comparisons.
The crazy thing is, like, I was the only, my mom has 2 kids, but, like, my dad, I'm the 4th one. So my mother didn't have my little sister till I was 13.
Girl,
so
me too.
for the most part, like, I was the only child.
I wasn't. No, legit the same exact story.
That's crazy.
Same exact
I
story
feel
for
like
me.
I didn't really start comparing myself until after I graduated high school, because growing up, like, even when my sister was born, honestly, sorry, Shania, but I didn't really count her. I'm like, I'm out of this world. Like, you know, you just got here. She don't even know you like that. Relax.
No, I always tell my siblings, like, they were my parents first.
Yeah.
Like, you were 13 years younger than me. I was first.
Exactly. So it's when I had, like, decided, like, school really, like, I'm a big reader. So everything that I do know, I learned I learned by myself. Like, I use the internet to Google everything. So I really don't. School's just not for me. I never tell people, like, you know.
You know what? Though me getting my master's, that's definitely one of the biggest things I learned, that school is not for everyone, and that's okay.
And that's how it's just like, all right,
yeah.
You know, I left school because I'm like, I'm not going to keep wasting my mother's money. But then my 2 best friends, like, all my best friends got their degree, and it is just like me. So I felt myself always like, I should just go back to school. But then it's like, I hated school for 12 years.
If your heart's not in it, then don't torture yourself.
You
like,
know,
because
so
like you get
that-
it though.
Yeah, because I graduated college and I was going to graduate early, but I stayed. And I realized, like, that last year that I wanted to be a rapper. I mean, I knew that the whole time, but it's like, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to graduate because this is what people expect you to do.
Right.
Not necessarily that what I want to do. So, like, I moved to New York after college. So, if you guys, I don't really, throw my age out there a lot, but I graduated at 21. So, I've been in New York 5 years. You can kind of do the math. So, basically, like, I was doing things to make sure that I did what was expected of me, but I wasn't happy. And so you don't ever want to force yourself into something. I mean, college, I love school. I love reading. But it really wasn't, I don't know.
I love the dormant aspect. I had too much fun, if you believe me.
Dorm life when you're an undergrad is so fun, though. When you're older, it's sad.
No, like I said, I had too much fun. I can't go back to school because of that, school. But,
I learned more life.
Like, 2016, I really had to accept, like, listen, like, either you're gonna master this skill. I had to accept that it's gonna be much harder for me because I don't have the paperwork behind me. But you can't tell me that you know more than me. Like, I have marketing textbooks that I just buy because I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I need to learn. You know, they're reading out of a textbook, so I need to just buy that textbook they're reading out of and educate myself.
That's amazing
Absolutely
that you
true.
do that. Yeah.
So it's and that was like, you know, like I said in 2017. I'm going to stop being like, you don't have a degree. Like, that's not going to get in my way. And I feel like for the first 21 days, I did pretty amazing in what I want to do because I stopped thinking like that.
Also, girl, like, with the way the business world works, you can definitely just finesse your way through.
And it's not what you know, baby.
It's who you know. Half of the time, it's who you know, though. You could have a degree from Yale, and, like, you don't have the right people in your corner. You're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, the only reason I'm still in school is because I want to be a professor. Because going to a PWI and getting there and being first generation college student and getting there and seeing the lack of Black faculty, and
it's disheartening. It's so disheartening.
I was like, I have to feel this is my calling. And the Black women that have rallied behind me in school to get me, like, my degree is for my family. Like, people don't understand this is everybody's degree. My mom's degree, my dad's degree, my auntie's degree. Like, this is everybody's degree. So with that being said, like, me continuing in school is because I want to teach. It's not because I honestly feel like people in school are sometimes the worst and the most judgmental, and I hate it.
Elitism in academic settings is so prevalent. It's painful. It's rough to go through personally. And, like, I definitely learned after I graduated how everyone's not going to have the same level of education as you. So there's certain things you just can't say to people to not be, like, offensive or disrespectful. Because you're going to make them feel insecure about,
I'm definitely learning that. learning that.
I had to learn that the hard way.
My goals for 2017, well, I broke them down into different groups. I want to be a better person overall. I want to, like, be like impeccable with my words. I want to speak things into existence. I want to be like somebody that doesn't say things. I'm very brash with my speech, and even though a lot of times I mean well, a lot of times I deliver it harshly.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm a Leo.
What's your sign?
I'm a Leo, and I'm
Okay.
also the
Hennessy in a
oldest.
teacup. That is my problem.
And I'm also the oldest sibling, so I always like, as New Yorkers would say, I always son people, but I don't mean to. I'm just like I've literally been a big sister since I was 2 years old. So you know, like I've always had like. So I'm trying to be more. I'm trying to be more understanding. I got to work on patience because early on in my career, when I first moved to New York, I saw like how everyone was like getting everything I felt like around me, and that's one thing I don't compare myself anymore. But I have to understand like my journey is my journey, and it's not everyone else's journey. You know what I mean? Like I come from a place of information travels slow, but if you're in the town, it travels quick. But like, as far as like social media and things like that, it travels slow. So whereas I released something 3 years ago or last year, my hometown is just getting it. And that's just about me understanding like my journey and being patient. Love life, I want to like open myself to love more because I feel like a lot of things happen to me like with my family where I'm just kind of like, that can go on the back burner. I'll get to that later. But in doing that, I have like treated a lot of people who have loved me, guys, friends. I don't think I've treated them the best. So I'm working on like my love life and health-wise. I definitely have to be on point with that. Like I was without glasses for a whole year. And it wasn't that I couldn't afford to have an eye exam. I just didn't think about it because I was doing so many other things and I was just squinting. And then one day I realized, like, I walked past the freaking Coens and the thing was like $100. I'm like, I got $300 in my pocket right now.
You know, it's a black woman
But I just
thing.
don't have time to do that right now.
Do you know black women do that though? And we really have to. Maybe one day we'll dedicate an entire podcast.
So I have to like really take care of myself.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like we can do so much for so many people around us and continue to pour into other people, but we can't schedule a physical.
No,
yeah.
wait.
Yeah,
when it comes to the doctor,
like,
no. For me, when it comes to the doctor, like, no, that's one thing I'm on top of. Like,
yeah.
I email my doctor as soon as something's wrong with my body. Like, I'm not.
Okay,
every little problem.
But at the end of the year, I worked on that. Like
I'm
December,
glad.
I was definitely like, okay, you know what? No, I'm not going into the new year, and that's what I just. Everything I want to do this year, I kind of started already. And like, I love hard. It's either I love something a lot or I don't like it at all.
You sound like a Gemini. That
so
is me.
I was raised by Geminis. So I'm that way, and I'll love you so much, and I'll let you do something to me until the point that I just don't want it no more. And I have to learn patience and learn like understanding and just everything. So 2017 is all about just understanding and allowing myself to be me on my journey.
Because right now I find myself battling with being assertive, but not being so like You know, because
I get that a lot too.
I'm very like I'm either really really aggressive or I can be super passive. So I'm trying, like, I don't know, like I try not to have an issue with everything. Like,
so are you asking when is the best time to take initiative?
No, like how do you balance
like that?
Gotcha.
I've had someone tell me, like, you know, even guys I date, like every time it's always an issue, but I just feel like you're not gonna just do whatever to me, like
it's like I'm not saying that
I don't know when to like chill, and I
Take
feel like
everything.
if I am chilling, I feel like I'm being way too passive. What's the balance?
You know, the way my personality is, I don't see that as a bad thing. I mean, I guess there's a time and a place for it. But sometimes, like, sometimes we make ourselves too small. Like, if you know when to use your assertiveness, like, that is a gift that a lot of people lack. Right. So, like, I would change the way that you're looking at it because it's necessary, especially in certain spaces.
Also, to keep it a buck, girl, like, you shouldn't be dating weak men anyway. Like,
that's one thing I would say about my love life. I had to realize.
Just keep it a buck, though, girl. Like, don't give your time to weak men. They don't deserve it.
My gosh.
They have their own issues. They don't need to project it onto you, though. If they can't deal with a woman who knows what she's doing, then they need to find another girl because you're not the one, clearly.
That's another thing for 2017. Like, if you got intimacy issues, all that, if I need you to be so you that your only requirement is for me to be me. Like, you can't.
Say that again, though. Say that again.
No, seriously. Like, because guys want you to be this little perfect. I'm not perfect, and I don't look like this at 7 o'clock in the morning. I look different at, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's just like, I need you to just be you, so I can just be me.
But Ivy, I deadass have that issue too, though, because like in relationships, I'm not good at being told what to do. Like, I'm not good at taking orders. I've gotten into fights with significant others about how they try to tell me, and I was like, "Ha, you thought
it's always
you
like,
tried it." Like,
who are you talking to? That's my
what I'm
favorite
saying. Who
line.
you
Like,
talking to, son? Like, I'll fight you. I don't care if you're big.
Y'all, I am so tired of dysfunctional relationships.
Situation.
I want a healthy.
I hear that word.
Tell me about
I'm
it.
ready
See,
for a
this
healthy
is the one.
relationship.
Mine came accidentally. We'll be 4 years in a few months, and but it happened on accident. That's why I tell everybody, like, honestly, when you're together and like when your energy is correct, when your spirit is correct, and you stop looking, it'll come.
The stop looking is big though, because I noticed when I stopped looking, I started getting more people coming to me. So sometimes you just have to like just live your life and things will just come the way they're supposed to. You good?
Sorry. I'm good. Okay.
Yeah, no, but that's so real though about having your energy right and it's working on you and then the rest will follow.
My mom said that to me yesterday. She gave me like this 20 minutes. She's like, listen, because I haven't been dodging her calls, but I know like she hasn't given me her lecture, but she told me 3 big things. She was just like, a man, that's his job to find a wife. She was just like, just make sure you're correct.
We have the same face just now, but I'm gonna let you finish.
She was just like, that's what she told me. She was like, you just need to focus on you and the right man will come. Do not, like, basically she's saying, like, don't go looking for a guy. And then she was just also saying, like, once you get rid of a person, don't try and bring them back.
That is real.
No, that part right there, girl.
That
and
is
I'm like,
but I don't even.
Can we bring her on the podcast?
She's so.
When is she available?
Mama,
She's in Florida, but we could get her on the phone.
No, but that's not.
But
No,
that
but
was
like.
her line. She like I haven't even told her anything because me.
No, but mamas be knowing though. Mamas be knowing.
But do you know what and then again, I'm sorry, I like to keep bringing this. I always bring this up to Black women. Right. We have got to. Our parents are, especially if you have a Black mother, I guarantee you she's not comfortable talking to you about her life, but it's important to know.
Yeah.
To live and to understand your mother's experience of being a woman, you can learn so much just from her stories. Yeah. And I feel like Black women, I feel like Black women, we're so used to not being asked questions, to not talking about ourselves. But there's major keys in what our parents have been through, what our mothers have been through. So if we open up that dialogue with our children, I feel like
but I feel like if I could give any advice to like especially young girls coming up, talk to your elders.
Yes,
because they are going to be gone someday, and their knowledge will die with them.
Yes.
So you gotta talk to your elders. Like one of my biggest regrets is not talking to my grandma when she was still alive, but she died when I was 16, so I was too immature to understand how important.
I realize that now. I have a lot of grandparents alive.
I don't like. Both of my grandparents died when I was around 7 and. Like 5, so I don't know. I've always kind of low key been envious of people with grandparents, like,
me too,
because it's just like I want that, But me and my mom, we're like super close, like to the point where, like, when I go get a wax, I send her the picture, like, that close. Like, Mom, look. So, and then it's like with my dad, like, I live with him. So it's weird, like, having a man raise a girl because he's so traditional. And my mom's, I don't understand how they got together. Like, they're not this. I know opposites attract, but they're like ends of the spectrum. Opposites.
I hear
like,
you.
You
But
know,
going back to what you said before about how, like, a man's supposed to find a woman, I don't know, like, because in my experience, like, one of the best relationships I was ever in, even though it was super brief, I came up to him and I asked him for his number.
no, I'm not saying you can't approach. You can definitely approach,
okay.
but she's just saying, like, don't make it your job to seek a man. Like,
Oh yeah. No,
she
we got
was
money to
saying,
get.
like,
Ain't nobody
yeah,
got time for that.
She was
Like,
just like, it's his job to seek a woman.
No,
you
that's
know.
definitely true. Like when your energy is right and
yeah.
you know you working on you.
surprised, yeah.
Exactly.
And
you meet them in the weirdest places.
Also,
but
or they could already be in your life. Like, he was
Right.
really my best friend. And I don't mean that in a way that, like, you, because people be saying best friend to anything.
Right.
But I mean, like, no, like, literally, like, platonic, like, and it just happened. Like, yeah.
that naturally happens though when you have a best friend that you're attracted to anyway.
Right.
No, I thought he was
Yeah.
funny looking. I tell him all the
Sometimes
time.
when
I
they
thought you were funny looking.
but when they somewhat attractive, it naturally happens, and that's the best way. I feel like that's one of my problems sometimes. Getting to know somebody and taking that time is so
Yes,
so
and
so
that's-
important.
oh my God.
That is
So
so
I'm
important.
sure-
Waiting and getting to
Getting
know somebody,
and taking
like
your time.
So because I'm a big believer in you can date multiple people. I'm not saying you have to sleep with all of them, but
Yeah.
like I'm very into dating, and like exclusive and dating is two different things. And people feel like when you're dating someone, you're only supposed to be like I can go out on multiple dates. I literally had like 3 dates this week.
I'm learning
Girl,
how
I'm
to
a
date. I'm learning how to date. Yes.
There's so many beautiful places in the city. I want to see all of them.
And it's like you can't see. I mean, you could see with one person when you're in a relationship, but sometimes you want to experience things with different people.
Yes.
So I just feel like I want women to be comfortable saying like, yeah, I mean, I date multiple people. Not that it's anyone's business, but I feel like it's this stigma, like if she's dating more than one person or she's this, like.
Again, back to what I said about weak men. I don't have time.
Sometimes women are the worst.
date
But
and
sometimes
understanding that
women
it's okay.
are just as bad. Like going
Women are.
talking about that college, like, dorms. That's what, like, my friend lives in an all-woman dorm.
Yeah.
And the
the
cattiness,
most
and they was the ones going to tell the boys. It was
Right.
because who else would know if you was bringing in another dude, because it's all women here. So we have to stop policing each other. Like,
Right.
girl, if that is not your man, mind your business.
That too, and I was also saying, like, all right, my first real relationship was in college. And I'm not gonna hold y'all. I slept with him the first night, and we ended up being together
if it's
for
that
2
good,
years.
But that
So
works.
it's like you
gotta-
can't tell me
sometimes
I
you
gotta
can't
wait
hold
90
back.
days.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it. And guess what?
Is that the rule now? Is the rule 90 days? Like
What's the
Y'all,
rule?
can
Says
I,
who?
wait, can I tell y'all about my situation right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Daaj.
Okay, so I always got a story. So there's this guy, and I liked him. We met. I liked him. I knew I liked him. I'm a type of person. I think all women, you see a guy,
Right.
you could be with him or not. You be like, he either got it or he don't. So I know he had it. So either way, he invited me over. We hung out. We probably knew each other for like a week now or whatever.
Okay.
So I had a friend with me. She left early, and I was like, whatever, I'm going to stay and hang out. We chilling or whatever. So the other friend left, too. So now we alone. I'm like, oh, gosh. Oh, God. So, y'all, he Netflix and chilled me. But, I was waiting. I was holding off for so long. I was like, no, we should wait. Like, I really went to sleep. We was sleep. And at like 4 a.m, you just be feeling somebody rubbing. You're like, what the hell? You got to pretend sleep. Like, do I get up? What is going on? It'd be like 4 a.m. You just feel hands rubbing. Like, you're like, what the hell?
Is that the national song?
Like, what's going on?
I feel like it is, though.
I'm saying, like, we should wait doing all of that. And look, I'm like, let's get to know each other. Like, this too soon. Mm-hmm. So he said, yeah, but it could be too late too, or you don't want it to be too late, or whatever he said in those terms. And then at that point, it was over. It was over. Y'all know what? I was like, well.
Can I ask y'all though?
So I'm like, okay. Did I ruin it? Because I'm a Virgo and I overthink everything, and I
that's
have anxiety
Virgos.
attacks, and I was like, damn. Because this time I really wanted to wait. I was like, not this time, but like, because I knew I liked him, and I was like, let me get a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. I want to be my boyfriend. I wanted to get to know him because I know like that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
So I already did it.
Okay,
So I'm like, what do y'all think?
So then I got two questions first. So first of all, has he talked to you since?
Yes.
Who talked to who first?
He talks to me, and I'll not respond to texts just to see, and he'll still reply or whatever.
Okay.
But
all right.
yeah,
That's
because like okay, but
I don't think you
that,
ruined it. Okay,
I don't think so either. I mean, like, I think that he's still interested in you, and I don't think that you should necessarily seem like, well, I already gave it up, then, like, because first of all, if a guy's already looking at you in that capacity, you don't even want to be with him in the first place.
You know who said that and they're really fine and it just blew me?
Listen,
Brandon T. What's the fine boy from Creed? Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
You know he said that?
What?
He said that, like, oh, if I let a woman sleep with me on the first night, I don't see interest in her anymore.
Oh,
okay, but
no.
you slept with her. She slept with herself.
Damn right.
She slept with herself.
Like, what?
Listen. Men
that?
are not hard to please, bro.
They are really not hard.
They're
First
mad
off,
easy to please.
and you know what? And that's what I
no
and
fake
that's
moans 2017.
Yes.
How about that?
The only thing I said is, I guess you have to know him enough to know what type of guy they are to know.
Yeah.
Will they think like that or not?
Right.
And I think that is not a dumb way to think, but
It's strategic. You have to be strategic.
like there's. I don't know.
There's nothing wrong
Guys
with
who
that.
think like that. Well, I'm not the girl for you then because
Right.
Yeah.
don't judge me.
Exactly. And I feel
Only
like
God
we're
could judge
grown.
me. We're
Yeah.
grown, exactly.
Right.
And
And you,
And
what
you probably
honestly,
done it so many
I'm
more
the type
other
of
times.
person, like,
yeah, you don't matter.
if I don't like the sex, you don't even have to worry about judging me. You won't hear from me.
Like, okay,
That's
no,
not
but keep it
really
up. Like, my
you.
longest
That's really-
relationship was like also the worst sex I've ever had in my life.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
That's
I know,
so,
right?
like,
I don't understand how it
wow.
happened, girl. But it's like because he also like treated me very well. He was very
Yeah.
good.
There's
to
other,
me.
okay, then there's
Yeah,
other.
So it wasn't like he was a
Yeah.
trash human and the dick was whack. It was
it
just
was-
like the dick was whack, but he was
he
good.
was so
He
caring. Yeah.
That's
But, like,
because
but
if
we were
the
not gonna
niggas
last
that's
long.
not-
Even-
ain't shit with the dick.
Yep. But even how I said, when you first see him, you know if you like him
Right.
or not. You know if you gonna sleep with him
You
too or not.
definitely know.
So
You may not
whether
know
it
when, but
happened
you know.
exactly. So whether it happened sooner than later, don't judge.
Yes, because it was
Yeah.
gonna
And I
happen.
can't
I
deal
know
with
if I
guys
want to
like
have sex
that.
with a guy the first time I see him.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm the type of woman I have to test it out.
I
Try it
Yeah,
out.
Type of woman-
if-
oh, yeah,
No,
Try it
I'm
out.
so
If
over
it's not right,
When
I'm
the
not
situation
messing
presents
all the
around.
time. Like
it just happens sometimes when the situation presents itself.
it's
Yeah.
That's
So-
why I gotta stop putting myself because these situations be presenting themselves too often.
Girl,
Girl,
son,
what
run away.
situation are you good? I'm tired. I'm over. No, seriously. I had to really put myself on a lock for 20 because I was like, bitch, you was wild.
Nah, for word. I'm trying to
Having
be
fun.
abstinent 17.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be.
Oh, you know
I
what's
go-
21
I
days
go-
in, the
I go
jury is
through
still
that a
out.
lot.
But speaking
I
of,
go-
y'all, okay. So talking about abstinence, I'm okay. Like I said, I'm in a relationship, but I wanted to be celibate during my time of applying to schools, right? Because the way that I looked at it, it was like I kind of wanted to be with myself to make sure I'm making the right decision. Like this is a big decision, like moving states, moving across the country, all that. And I was just like, but can I do that because that's
is
my
that-
partner?
Right? Is that selfish?
And then, yeah, like it was a very interesting conversation. I mean, it ended up not working out, but I feel like is that allowed in relationships? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. What? I
You
feel
have to
like
talk to your partner.
But this also
but-
goes back to my ex who wasn't like the best in bed, but I was happy in other spaces. Like if all of y'all, if the thing y'all two have is sex and that's the best part of the
I'm
relationship,
sorry.
that's
I-
kind of a
That's-
problem.
yeah,
I
that's a
agree.
That's kind of a problem. I mean, like
Okay.
it should be.
It really shouldn't be that way, but
I mean,
it should be
it
more
has
than
to be
that.
spectacular. But if every other aspect of your relationship is kind of bland or whatever, then it's not gonna work long term. Because I'm sorry, like Dickonomics tells us that dick is high in volume, therefore low in value.
No, it's so true. No, okay, I'm just gonna stop talking because
you get scared, girl.
I didn't have
This
some
is
of
your
the best
platform.
sex
This
with
floor is
guys that
open.
I shouldn't even been standing next to. And it's
Standing
like,
next to
Boy,
even
let me
talking
tell
how
to
did I
you.
even let you get my number? But
Yes.
damn. Bro,
I've been in those positions. Like, we shouldn't be doing this, but this is amazing.
I'm 2017. Like, I've really been on a no. Like, I had to really put myself on. Like, you have to function. You cannot just keep holding on to people because they have good. Like, I'm tired of guys asking girls what they bring to the table when they only offering sex. What are you bringing to the table? Because
nothing most of the time.
My brother was
they
telling
can like.
It's like every guy want the baddest chick, but he don't want to have to do nothing for
Or what about when they trying to come back into your life, but it's the same. They're not showing you nothing different.
Changes,
and they're like, what are you talking about? And you're like, what are you talking
like
about? What have you shown different?
Like, the last dude I was talking to him, we were pretty serious. He was like that. I left him because I was just tired of the shit. And then he was all like, it'll be different, I swear, this, that, and the third, I'll be better. Came back, nothing changed. I was like, you know what? I'm out for real this time. I'm not doing this with you.
I know there's going to be a couple guys that tune into this. Please stop saying sorry. No one likes a sorry. Like, I don't want to hear no more sorry.
I want change behavior. 2017. It's over.
Or it's like, also just do better. Like, genuinely. Don't just try to say something for the time being or do something. Because, don't be manipulative either. Because I have seen friends go through situations like that. And it's like, damn, they really, put on the mask and turn into this different person for a period, for a phase, come back around, then fuck shit up again. And I'm just like, you have not...
My dad says, though, because, me and him talk too, but he always tells me, the first 30, 60, 90 days, that's their representative. So, wait around. 90 days? That's what I be saying. I just think he be saying 90 days because he's my dad and he don't want to word.
Some things are
I'm
different,
just
but you just gotta pray that you attract the right men. And I always say, I hope nobody gonna get in my life that 90
that's
days.
A scary thing, though, where the first few months everything is great, then I know he starts wilding out and doing crazy shit on you.
The honeymoon phase can be a matter of 1 to 3 days. So the first year, you have to.
How could a honeymoon stage last past a year? That's crazy. I've never even heard past 4 months, to be honest.
But what you said about being manipulative was so true. I feel like up front as women, I am anyways up front with a guy about what I want. If I'm dealing with you, I'm dealing with you for a reason. I'm not just here sleeping with you for, because I like it. I want to be with you, clearly.
Right.
So,
see, it's funny, though,
I need guys to keep it real.
They don't keep it real.
Don't be manipulative. Don't.
But studs are kind of like that,
yeah.
too. Because I'm queer. I don't know what everyone's, representation is in the room. But, studs are like that too, though. They'll be just as bad as dudes when it comes to getting some stuff out of girls. So I don't know.
Wow, that's interesting.
I'm buying. I feel like the one girl I have ever tried was gonna date, it just didn't end up well because she had this inferiority complex. So she was the sweetest person when we were together. But then, when we were out places, she didn't want guys to talk to me. She was kind of rude to me. She didn't want but she didn't care for guys to talk to me. But then she didn't want to be all up on me in front of the other.
She has intimacy issues.
That's very complicated.
And also,
so it was she would try to act like the guys, and it just.
I met up with him, and I left my phone in his car, and I didn't find my iPhone, and I searched exactly where he was, and I waited there to see where he was gonna come out.
This is DJ Nolita, and I am a carefree black girl.
To the Women's March.
Oh yeah,
yes,
I just posted this photo on Facebook because y'all, whoever this girl that I just reposted, she is my shiro. She has a sign. Okay, so I'm on Instagram, so y'all can follow me at Breanna Danielle _ Breanna with the E, not an I. But there's this photo of this woman being carefree as fuck, eating a lollipop, and her sign says, "Don't forget, white women voted for Trump."
Ooh, she spoke a word.
And there's white women all around her. I can only imagine the questions that she got today, because that would have been me if I would have went. Yeah. That would have been my sign.
Yeah, the march is. I like what it looks like. I like the fact that we all got together. We marched. I like that the turnout is 100% better than what Trump's situation was yesterday. And I like that. But I do agree with the fact that none of these white women were rallying when we were doing this months ago. You know what I mean? When all the black males were being killed.
I want to quote a little bit from Kinfolk Quarterly because this artist collective I'm a part of, the women were going to go march, and I already was like, not with that. I didn't want to march. But then this morning on Facebook, I found this really interesting article from Kinfolk talking about why this specific black woman is uninterested in this march. But in specific regards to the women's march going on, this touches on a point that I overlooked when I made the personal choice to not go. And what I really want to hear, what I really need to hear before I even consider uniting with white women against Trump's regime, is an acknowledgement that black women, more than any other group of women, and nearly exclusively showed up for Hillary Clinton. White women who couldn't stop reminding anyone who'd listened that they were with her, didn't. It was black women who voted at 94% for Clinton, and while not even half of white women, just 43% voted for women they had exalted. But I have yet to see outrage from white women placing blame where it lies. I have yet to see mainstream white feminists taking their fellow white women to task for not doing their part to preserve women's rights.
Right.
And it's kind of this issue that an overwhelming, close to half of white women voted for Trump. But then there's still no accountability about how y'all made this happen. Right. After all that shit you said about how Hillary was going to save us and how Hillary was going to be the first female president and all of these other things, white women put him in office, and I maintain that. I
do too, and it's one of those things where
they didn't speak up. I
try not to get so defensive when it comes to this because I understand. Don't get me wrong. I posted this article right after the election, and the headline was again, black women doing the work that white women didn't want to do. Yeah. And I had people in my comments, y'all. And the thing is, they were like, oh, well, I voted. I know people who voted. I'm a white woman and I voted. Girl, we're not talking about you then. We're not talking about you. But who we are talking about is there's no doubt in my mind you know somebody who did. Yeah. And you didn't sit them down in your kitchen. You didn't sit them down in your church. Right. You didn't sit them down with your kids and say, look, I am really troubled by the fact that you're casting a ballot for this man. Do you know what you're doing? Forget what your husband, I don't care who your husband's voting for, because to keep it honest, affluent white women have always voted Republican, but they have because of their husband. Because they don't know. You need to separate yourself.
They're so blinded by the money. What have you done? What can you do, lady? Once you start asking the questions what do you do? What have you do? What do you own? And without saying their husband, I know he does this. Their whole focus
is not looking racist.
You know what it is, though, also? I think during the exit polls when they were talking to white women about why they voted for Trump, definitely the persona Trump has given out to the public has shown a strong, assertive, heterosexual, God-fearing man that seems like a good fit to be president. And that is why so many white women, they overlook the fact that this man basically admitted that he's a predator. Basically has admitted, it's disgusting.
Do you see the way he referenced his daughter?
He's a demon. He talked about his daughter.
I wish my father would say, ew, that's, daddy, you're disgusting.
He talks about his daughter like he would fuck her. He's basically, I think he even admitted that. He's saying, if Ivanka wasn't my daughter, I would try it. I'm like, ooh.
You dirtbag. You
froze.
You Cheeto in the face.
No, literally, people don't understand, he's a demon.
He's so
I'm not even, it is just, and again, I let them have this. I let them have this march. I let them have this day because honestly, don't get me wrong. I know Angela Davis was there. I've also seen some indigenous women.
Oh, Janelle Monáe there was, I believe.
Yeah, I've seen, and that's what I'm saying. There's definitely people who I identify with and who I support and who I appreciate were there at that march. That is great for them. But me as an individual in the space that I'm in the phase of my life that I'm in, I'm not ready for that. Right. And you cannot continue to make black women forgive. Let me have my space. Right. This was November.
I'm tired of white women not being by our side, though, but we have to rally for them. We have to be there when things happen to them. We have to be present. No. Stop saying that feminism is for us when it's not really for us. Right. Stop trying to say that race has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with it.
And the fact that they can't see that is the issue.
Yeah.
Right. That makes my blood boil. You're not acknowledging.
And this is why I love Solange's album so much. I am mad. Let me be mad. And I have a right to be mad. Stop trying to appease me so you don't have to deal with deal with why I'm mad.
So, like, also just to reiterate, I do have white women in my life that I respect and trust, and
Me
who
as well.
have shown up for me. So sometimes I'm apprehensive to have these conversations because I've been called a racist, even though that doesn't make any sense. That's not what makes a racist. That's not how it works. But I think definitely, and that's another reason why I'm so apprehensive of the word ally, because white women will do the ally work on their own, but they won't do the extended work, which is to talk to other white women who do not have the same views as you. Some allies want to be allies for likes on Instagram and for brownie points. And it's like, I don't need you to get brownie points. I need you to protect my livelihood. I need you to use your privilege to keep me from dying and to protect my kids. I don't need you to be out here with this ally shirt.
Can we talk about the protecting the children? Because look, all right, so I'm from Baltimore. Baltimore education is, unfortunately, it's a mess. And again, that's not them children's fault. This is the first time where we've had like a Republican governor in like a long ass time, right? Yeah. And the people who put him in office are the white women in the suburbs. They want to get out here and say, "Oh, I'm all for equal education. I'm all for, the youth. I love children, XYZ." But then they vote to put people in office that take away from their schooling, that take away from their education funding, saying, "Why are all my taxes going to Baltimore? They need to stay here in Howard County. They need to stay here in Montgomery County." Like they show their prejudice through a ballot. Yeah. Which, in my opinion, is the worst way to show it.
Because it goes back to why I say that white women oftentimes are more dangerous than any other kind of. Yes. Because they can use the marginal card though, but still have privilege enough to oppress other people. It's like they can hide. They can be like, "Oh, feminism is for everyone," but then ignore the plight of women of color and pretend it's not their issue. Like, "Oh, that's a race issue. That has nothing to do with us."
I feel like everyone's so concerned when it comes to like nature, when it comes to animals, when it comes to like black kids.
That's why I hate PETA.
We are
real
being
quick,
killed
real
like
quick.
animals.
But PETA, they're so barbaric, and it's not.
Fuck PETA.
Fuck PETA. Just
like,
when I get some real money, I'm buying a front.
They're just scared of what Trump is going to do. It's like, okay,
I don't care. They're scared of being treated the way other women of color are treated, like
for once in their life, and that's why I want them, and that's the thing. And I'm so mad they waited this long because the man's already in office. But something needed to shake their foundation in August. Something needed to shake their foundation in September. Too little, too late, girl. This is too late.
This is definitely like another conversation we may have in future podcasts, but definitely talking about why white people definitely do live in a different reality than people of color. Geez. Because some stuff that's so obvious to them, it's an actual revelation to them. They'll be like, "Oh my God, y'all are really oppressed."
I'm trying to stay quiet and like I'm keeping my, because I will come off as a racist because my father, he's an open racist. Like he raised me to believe that white people are the devil. Like, thank God I had my
Let's
mom.
say prejudice. Let's not say racist.
Right. That's prejudice.
Dad,
prejudice against because how they've treated him.
Because we damn sure ain't got the power
that's
over
not
here.
Racism.
Right.
We don't have an ounce of that.
My father is extremely, like, it's like I said, my parents, I don't understand they got together because they're two opposites. But my dad once told me, like, you could do no wrong in my eyes besides get pregnant at this age and like get pregnant by a white person. He said, "Do not dirty my blood." That's exactly what he said to me.
Damn.
And I looked at him like, that was, Dad, how can you say this? And he's like, how can I not? This is exactly how they feel about you. And I was just like,
so it's funny. My mom is literally the exact opposite, though. She would cry if I brought a black boy home. She wants light-skinned white babies.
Serious? No.
Like light-skinned white grandbabies.
I love
like,
me a dark chocolate man.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm finding
dark baby.
I'm having dark babies too, but like but she says it as a means of protection. She said if you have a light-skinned baby by a white man and they go on and have one, then our family like will be safe from all these crazy cops killing us out here. And like I know, which is crazy though, right? But like my mother, where her head is though, is all the way wrong, like all the way wrong.
I do appreciate like the balance between my mother and my dad because I have like an extremely prejudiced person where I have someone who's very tolerant. My mom is super tolerant. Like, she's real. Don't get me wrong, she's real. But she's super tolerant of people because that's just who she is. Like, she's just a lover. So she sees color, but to an extent. Like, my sister she goes to a predominantly white school. So my sister, she's 11. She has all these white friends, and she's growing up in Boca Raton, Florida. Like, so she has a totally different lifestyle than me. I grew up in this city. I grew up in Harlem. Went to black schools, have black friends. Only look at white. excuse me, Dad, sorry, I only look at black men. Like, I have this very, like, strong black persona about me, and then I worry about my sister because every day when I just got her phone, every day I'm like, like, I really be like, is the white people treating you? You know, like, I'm very nervous because I don't think that she's going to know how to deal with certain situations and understand.
Yeah. Like, does that make you okay? So again, I have a very similar situation. My sister, she's 11 too. She real light bright. Right. She got like reddish brownish hair. Like, and again, she lives in a town predominantly white, so all her friends white. And my mom put a perm in her hair. And like, there's certain conversations that I have with her, and I want to know when it's too early, but I also don't want to be too late.
Okay, so that's episode number 1. This is Carefree Black Girl Podcast, where we discuss everything carefree, black, and girl. I'm Quanna MC. You can find me on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, even SoundCloud. Quanna, Quanna MC.
This is IS Jones. You can find me on social media at isjones.com, under construction right now. Facebook at facebook.com/isjonespoetry, and on Twitter at Aurorianshire, ARURIANSHIRE.
I'm Ivy. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ivy Like Blue. So that's Ivy Like Blue, no E. So like Blue Ivy, Ivy Like Blue. Yeah, and you can follow my blog, Modern Classic Daily, on Instagram at Modern Classic Daily.
Hey y'all. Okay, so this is Breanna Danielle. Also Bree. You'll hear people call me that too. My blog is whereshebegins.com. You can follow me there with the same handle on Twitter, as well as on Instagram, just with my name, Breanna Danielle _. That's BreannaDanielle _.
Stay tuned. Next month, we got another dope episode coming, Black Girl Magic 2.0, and we're out.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
This is an Indie Creator Network podcast. I did it.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tone, one half of the best black movie review podcast in the world. Craig. This episode of the Black Busters podcast is brought to you by Amazon Prime. Prime is more than just free shipping. Prime brings you closer to the things you care about today through shopping, streaming, and savings. For example, did you know that you can listen to your favorite podcasts, like ours, through Amazon Music? Yup. You can also watch your favorite movies, like the ones we review on Blackbusters on Amazon Prime Video. Yup. But it doesn't stop there. You can use Prime to get more out of your interests. From purchasing behind-the-scenes books about your favorite movies to listening to soundtracks of your favorite films. Yup, and yup. Whatever you're into, or just getting into, Prime can help you get closer to it. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to sign up. From movies and music to passions and podcasts, it's on Prime.